This video isn't a full review of the English version of Zhang Wu Binbai's Golden Terrace. It's just my first impressions of it. Unlike most of the translated danmei I read, which are published by Seven Seas, Golden Terrace or Huang is published by Peach Flower House. I first learned about Golden Terrace when it started showing up in my YouTube feed, including this fan-made live-action movie. So, Golden Terrace does have a strong fandom. The Golden Terrace English version is only 2 volumes long. Fortunately, it's not a huge time or financial investment. Unfortunately, it's only available in print format, and also the publisher only delivers to certain countries. I don't live in any of those countries, so I had to be Buyao Lian, or shameless, and ask a local bookstore to make a special order for me. I think I ordered just in time because, as I'm making this video, Golden Terrace is already out of stock from the publisher, and the next print run won't be until June this year. 4 weeks later, my order arrived. So, was it worth all that trouble? The blurb at the back of the first book describes Zhang Wu Binbai's writing style as flowy, and the author interview on Peach Flower House's website does mention that Zhang Wu Binbai made sure that the words used in the story were appropriate for the historical setting. The English version, I think, managed to express a very flowy style, and there's lots of euphemisms and figures of speech which I feel are very suited to a historical fiction. I think the translator of Golden Terrace has done an excellent job in this regard. The story itself has an interesting premise. In the world of Golden Terrace, men in the upper classes of society have the privilege of marrying other men. In the early chapters, the emperor has decreed that a member of his personal guard, Yan Shaohan, will marry a military general, Fu Shen. It's well known in their socio-political circles that these two are sworn enemies and they absolutely do not get along. When Yan Shaohan hesitates to accept the marriage, the emperor says, "Okay, if you won't marry Fu Shen, I command you to kill him instead." The book describes Yan Shaohan as an imperial dog who is absolutely loyal to the emperor, and he's killed people before. But in this case, he agrees to the marriage instead. So there's some juicy political and emotional drama here. While I do recommend Golden Terrace, I don't think it should be the first ever translated danmei novel that you should read. I say this because there's some language details which are not explained at all. For example, Yan Shaohan calls one of his co-workers Wen Shong. Now, Shong is a polite address meaning brother. Also, later in the volume, when someone calls Yan Shaohan Ahan, this is actually a term of affection. Golden Terrace doesn't explain these details, perhaps assuming that the reader will be able to get the meaning based on context. At least the book won't insult your intelligence, but it does run the risk of some readers feeling lost because they're not sure what these prefixes and suffixes mean. The book does include a glossary, but for a 400-something page book, it's pretty small. Another reason why Golden Terrace should probably be something you read after you've been consuming Chinese media for a while is because one of the running themes is that the emperor and his court are wary of their military forces, and likewise the military forces are suspicious of their politicians. This conflict is explained quite well. After all, you can't rule if someone sticks a sword in you. This same theme has been used in many other stories. For example, Guyun in Sha Po Lang, or Shu Yu's family in Liang Buyi. So it's a vastly different setup from the someone fell off a cliff and they're stronger now stories, which are common in the danmei genre. This distrust between the empire and its military is one of the reasons why Fu Shen and Yan Shaohan are at odds with each other. Golden Terrace's plot involves not just events that happen to Fu Shen and Yan Shaohan, but events around them as well. It does require patience from the reader to grasp what's going on. If you are a fan of historical fiction, you'll probably enjoy Golden Terrace. As I said before, I do recommend this. It's a complex story, but very well told, and manages to be funny every now and then. It's a pity it can be difficult to get a hold of a copy, but it's definitely worth the effort. I'm reading the second volume now and I'm enjoying it as well. Please look forward to my full review soon.